Tantra is a spiritual path. It is not just about sex, because there is such a misconception in especially our society. It is not just about sex. However, it is a spiritual path that involves sexuality. It is just one of very few spiritual paths out there known to us that do not have a separation between a physical body and a spiritual self. It is a path that accepts and involves everything about a living, real experience, including emotions that we can name as difficult, including negative things that we label as negative, and including sexuality. Yeah, it is a path of non-duality, non-separation, where nothing is separate from another. Meaning, our pussy is not separate from our spiritual self. It's just one of the examples. Nothing is separate from another. We're not separate from our neighbors, from nature, from the materials of the reality around us. And everything has consciousness, and everything is a part of one consciousness. We're not pushing out anything, we're not resisting anything, we're allowing all of our feelings and all of our body parts to participate the way they need to participate. So, yes, Tantra does involve sexuality in its wholeness because it involves everything. It involves everything. And it sees our body as a vessel that our soul has come into this world for a certain purpose of liberation. And therefore, everything in our body that we have has a place. It doesn't need to be tamed, fixed, or nothing out of our desires and needs need to be labeled as sinful or wrong. Rather, everything we have here, we can work with and use to achieve liberation and freedom. So that means we can work with tension as much as we can work with pleasure, as much as we can work with focus, as much as we can work with any sensation or emotion. It means that we don't push out any fear we experience, rather we want to welcome it and see how we can alchemize and use it for our further liberation. It means that pleasure is not something indulgent, but something we can use to feel more free, to connect deeper. It means that sex that we have with someone can be sacred, can lead us to more freedom and liberation. It means the food that we taste can lead us to freedom and liberation. But how? Yeah, because it's not just means just living the life. It means living the life knowing that every moment is a moment of prayer. Every moment is an opportunity for further liberation. And every action can be more intentional and conscious. Because everything we have has a purpose and can be used for freedom and liberation. In essence, if you want to understand Tantra, you can understand it as a path. It is not sacred sexuality. It involves sacred sexuality. It is not a practice of having better sex with your partner. It just has such a benefit, but it is not about that. It is about liberating our souls by connecting fully into this reality without rejecting it, actually embracing it, becoming conscious, intentional, and treating our bodies and the reality around us as sacred without any separation, understanding that everything is one, everything can be transmuted and alchemized and connected to and with. Tantra is a path where you stop resisting anything that feels difficult, hard, or negative, or that is labeled as negative. You stop following any agenda where we're told that the body is sinful, that sex is sinful, that dancing is silly, that stop listening to anything that has an agenda to separate us from the body and from nature and from reality. And we start embracing this idea that everything we naturally have is meant for us. Is meant for us to be faced, it's meant for us to be felt. We are meant to feel this world, to experience this body, to our desires are part of us, our pleasure is part of us, and our fears and hard emotions are part of us. And we are here to embrace them, to feel them, to accept them, and to work with them. And on such path, we receive meaning, and we receive comfort, we receive bliss, and we start seeing life differently.